What's good, y'all? It's your boy Smooth Double B back with another video, and I have a very special guest with my boy James. What's good, James? How we do?
Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all.
Yeah, so we just gonna dive into like different like spirituality topics and stuff that he's interested in, and you already know how we get down and chilling with Double B. So yeah, I would say the first question I would say is, when did you start your journey and like how has it like kind of like changed throughout the like cycles or like years that pass?
Okay. Man, I grew up, my dad always was teaching us about this stuff growing up, but I just never really listened like that. Not that I really didn't listen, but I'll just say I didn't comprehend it. I didn't really get it. I want to say my sophomore year, my dad put me on this dude. I don't want to say his name because we had a little altercation or whatever. But my dad put me on this dude, and I started watching his videos, and I'm like, oh shoot! Like I started learning about religion and just different things from aliens and the truth behind different holidays and just a whole bunch of stuff. So I started watching that my sophomore year. I was 15 years old. I'm 20 now, but yeah, I started watching it my sophomore year, and I was learning, and I started getting a grasp of everything. And I was a Christian at the time, and a lot of this stuff was like blowing my mind. Like, oh shoot, like I start questioning a lot of stuff. Like, is this really true? Like, because we grew up, if you ever was a Christian, like they always say, don't question God. You're gonna, you always believe him, everything he tells you, believe in the Bible, do this, do that, or you go to hell. So I've always been scared. I was always in a scared place. So learning about this stuff, like it made me more, I was it gave me more courage, and I wasn't that scared no more. So I'll say about a year later, that's when I fully like stopped being a Christian. It took a whole year. Everybody's spiritual journey is different, but for me, it took a very long time, and that's when I started turning. I want to say junior year. That's when I just fully stopped believing in it, from Christianity, from believing in God, all that stuff. And from there, even in school, like I stopped paying attention in school. I'm not telling other people to not pay attention to school, but for me, I was like, this shit is bullshit. Like none of this. It's cool to cuss, right?
Oh yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so yeah, I was like, this shit is bullshit. Like I was in history class learning about World War I and II and the Cold War, and I'm like, this isn't my history. Like, why do I have to pay attention to this? And so when I was in class, I would literally be watching Malcolm X videos, Dr. Khalid Muhammad videos. I'll be just watching videos about Christianity, holidays, just educating myself on stuff that, I could really use on the government, all types of stuff, reptilians, just all types of stuff, stuff that you could use in the real world. So I just started, educating myself more. I didn't really read too many books because I'm not a reader, but I want to say about a couple years later. Wait, give me 1 second. Uh, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, my bad. So yeah, a couple years later, my spiritual journey took a turn when I met my girlfriend. Um, she wasn't into really spirituality like that, but she was a Christian too, and I started teaching her about this stuff, and she got a grasp of it. And I never forced her. I never told her, you have to believe in this, or I just gave her, I told her, do your research, and I showed her some videos. And from there she started doing it, and she read the books like The Sacred Woman and by Queen Afua, and she started to eat better. She started to want to live better. She started to realize like she's a queen, she's a goddess, and she started to live in her purpose. And there's a lot of stuff, a lot of things I was battling, from depression and wanting to kill myself sometimes. And she always helped me out. And a couple of years later, I want to say 2022, like mid 2022, that's when I just stopped having those feelings from, I get sad here and there. Like those feelings are okay. But as far as like wanting to kill myself, depression, all that, she helped me throughout my whole journey. She made me want to become a better person. She made me want to live better, eat better, treat people better. And since then, man, I don't want to say I'm perfect because no human is perfect, but I try to live a life where I'm giving back to people and I want to help everybody. I always say I want to bring peace, positive, love, and wealth to everybody, from my family, from my friends, and to who's ever out there that just needs help and guidance. We got people all over the country that don't have anything, don't have food, don't have loved ones, are in horrible situations, and I'm just here to help people. I'm here to bring peace, positive and love to everybody.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's straight
Mhm.
facts. Like I'll start from the beginning too. Like especially like when you're like younger, you kind of like don't really comprehend like the information because you
Yeah,
just like kind of like still like kind of like sleep in the like process of like the
mhm.
matrix and everything like that. But once you start waking up, then you kind of like realize back in the day, you kind of like always knew you were different and always could see the signs. But
Yeah.
obviously, like we couldn't, wasn't like conscious enough since we were more like subconsciously programming, like, you know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
then for like the religion and like I was like a Christian as well. And then like once I started to like have my spiritual journey back in like 2019, that's when I kind of like was diving deep into like different like rabbit holes and like knowing like more truth about different topics and everything like that, since it's the rabbit hole really goes deep, so it's kind of like
Yeah.
you can like really know a little bit about everything, and then it kind of doesn't like stop. It just like endless layers and endless levels as well, so it's just
Hmm.
constantly trying to like improve yourself or just learn more information that you can spread knowledge about. And
Hmm.
then for
100.
like the religion part, like it's definitely like just feel based because it's kind of like you just have to like they trying to like have you like submit to like that God, but that God they say like God is external from yourself, but it's really God is within you. So you
Yes,
just have
sir.
to like know that internally and kind of like step in your power. I know like one of my other friends was saying like even the Bible even said like the God is within you. So like
It
it's
says
so
the king of a god is in you.
oh yeah, definitely. So
Hmm.
it's kind of like people just like really just have to like really like comprehend what they're saying and kind of like decode like the different messages that they believe in that Bible and
Hmm.
everything like that.
Yeah.
And then for like education, like they definitely just be teaching us like whatever they like create because it's like none of that stuff even is relevant, and especially when you want to do like your divine purpose and and your soul mission as well,
Hmm.
it really doesn't even like gear up to like what you really want to do.
Yeah.
And then women are like the universe, like since they have the portals of the soul and like portals of the universe within them. And then like after you awaken, like most people kind of have like the misconception of like after you awaken you think oh everything is like peaches and cream and everything like that, but
Hmm.
no, like you still have to like go through different battles and challenges, and
Yeah.
kind of like you have to face your shadow and inner work as well to like kind of like battle, have like that battle between yourself, but really it's just like a combining each other, like your dark and your light side as well, just combining them together.
Yeah. 100%.
And then, um, yeah, is your girlfriend like your twin? Do you think she's like your twin flame or like your soulmate or?
Honestly, yes, man. Man. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Like around that time when I first met her, I was like confident, like I would never have another girlfriend again, because I had just got a relationship like 5 or 6 months before that. when I was confident, I'm like, because back then, I was living, I was just being, I was a kid, just trying to be a player and, trying to be on all the other girls and, just kid stuff. And I was just, I'm never gonna get a girlfriend again. I'm just always gonna have a bunch of hoes. And yeah. And when I met her, it took me a couple months, but I was like, oh shoot, like she's actually the one. And I was a little bit, I'm more spiritual now and I'm more spiritual awakened now, but I didn't really know that she was my soulmate. I knew I wanted to be with her, but I didn't know she was my soulmate to maybe like a year and a half from doing meditations together, from her just meeting my family and my parents, everybody loving her, and me meeting her family, and me loving them and them loving me too. And when we do meditations together, sometimes it's like, sometimes it dang there scares me because if I could feel something like in our past life we've been together, if it's like 50, 60 years ago, sometimes I feel like it's 50 to 60 years ago, or like super ancient, like 100,000 plus years ago. Like I really feel like we were together, no matter if it was um, we were animals or if we were gods and goddesses. But I really feel like we were for sure together. So I really feel like she is my soulmate.
Oh yeah, that's great to hear, man. Definitely,
Yeah.
because like you can kind of like really like when like listen to your like intuition, and then like you
Yeah.
kind of like see like, oh yeah, this is all happening divine timing and divine
Hmm.
order. So it's kind of like right after you got out that old relationship, she kind of like brought more life and brought more like
Hmm.
meaning behind it too. So that's really dope. And
Yeah.
then for like the past lives, since we definitely like since you know how people say like old souls and everything like that. So like we
Hmm.
definitely have like some people, I know like a lot of people have like million years, like they've been in here like doing this like millions of years and everything like that. So it's kind of like
Hmm.
once we tap into those like Akashic records and everything like that, it's kind of like we can see like who we are in the past lives and who we connected with. And especially if like the connection is like connects like instantly like that, you can really
Hmm.
see like, oh yeah, like we probably have a past together too.
Yeah, 100%. Especially she was also getting out of relationship. Like I want to say within a month. Like it was super recent, and she was even telling me like she wasn't looking for a boyfriend. She felt like she wasn't gonna get one anytime soon, and for some reason, like we just clicked, and it felt like the first couple of weeks, like it felt like we've known each other for years. Like that's how like we just clicked and bonded. And I was just like, whoa, I ain't never felt like this with another goddess. And also like many times like around the time I met her around my senior year in high school, so around that time, like when I was learning, doing educating myself, a lot of times there were really females in class like laughing at me like who watches Malcolm X videos, who watches this, who says this. So I was just, it was like turn offs. Like I was like, dang, yeah, I'm for sure never going to find a female. And with her, she just like she listened, and she wanted to learn and she wanted to get better. So it was just the timing of everything from her getting that relationship, and me just looking for somebody that I wasn't really looking, but I just felt like no girl out there was going to listen and accept me for who I am. And, you know, she accepted me for who I am, wanted to learn and listen, man.
Yeah, that's dope. Definitely since like once you like start on this like spiritual journey and everything like that, there's gonna be like a lot of people who try to like bring you down or like try to like
Mm-hmm.
dim your light and everything like that. And they try to like steal you off course. So like you over here just trying to like, educate yourself and learn even more knowledge and everything like that. But then
Mm-hmm.
you have like those like distractions trying to like
Yeah.
steal you off and everything like that. And then you definitely want to have like someone who kind of listens but not like project their like insecurities on you or like
Yeah.
kind of like since people like perception is just like people just like how would I say this, like kind of like put their own judgments on other people
Yeah,
internally,
bring you
but like
down with you.
yeah, yeah. So it's kind of like once you kind of like realize like everyone's opinion is pretty much holds like no value unless there's like
Yeah.
really actually helping you to achieve like, whatever you want to achieve,
Hmm.
then that's really it. And then like you definitely want to find like someone who kind of accepts you for who you are and kind of like
Hmm.
listens as well. So that's really dope too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I heard you were in like boxing and MMA too.
Hmm. Yeah, I started boxing when I was 16 back in 2018. And I actually started kickboxing first. I had just got done with basketball. Um, I had, got in trouble in school and stuff, so basketball wasn't going to work out for me, and I didn't get good grades, so I wouldn't be able to play on the team. But basketball didn't work out for me, so I always was watching UFC and boxing, so I was just like, let me just try it. So I started doing kickboxing first, and from there, kicking hurt. Like kicking hurts very bad and getting kicked. So I was like, fuck it, let me just do boxing. So after I kickboxed for a couple months, and then I went over to boxing, and I just fell in love with it. And from there, I had switched to a couple different gyms, and I found the right gym back in 2020. I found the right gym. My coach Eric called the Shop Boxing is in Upland, California, and from there, I just started training hard and falling more in love with it, studying the game. I actually never got to fight. I was supposed to fight like 5 different times, but because of COVID, everything kept getting canceled. And then the one time I actually was finna fight, I weighed in. I was sharp. I was looking good. And they canceled literally the morning of the fight, like right after I weighed in. And that was heartbreaking because it's like, dang, I think they're starved myself. I was hungry. It was hot. It was a summer day. I was irritated. And then like I wanted to cry because I had people like 30 plus people coming to watch me fight. Like I was nervous but excited at the same time. Cause I'm like, okay, I get to showcase my talents and stuff. But I've been going through a lot since then, so I haven't honestly trained boxing since last April. But I'm gonna get back into it mid this month. So in a couple weeks, I'm gonna get back into it. But my goal is to just be my goal with everything is just to be the best that I could be and just give my all. Because that's all. I mean, that's all you could do in life. Just be your best and give it your all. Especially, I also do acting and stuff, and I have my own natural skincare business called Raw Aids and Beauty. And with everything, I just give my hardest and try my best. But my true life purpose is to help people and educate people. That's what I feel like my true life purpose is. But these things are just my ego. This is what my ego wants to do. My ego wants to be rich and wealthy and, do all these different things, knock people out in the ring and MMA and but my true life purpose, my soul purpose is to really heal people and help people.
Yeah, I feel you definitely like um you definitely want to like continue just like all we can do is just like give our best like and like just like be all like our true authentic selves while doing like the
Hmm.
process and everything like that. And then
Hmm.
a lot of people don't realize that like working out is like the best antidepressant. So like
For
everyone's
sure.
who like or like experiencing some things or kind of like having those internal battles, like they can use like different techniques like or different practices that they can kind of like put that stress into something else or turn that because we're all like alchemists, so we can turn any negative situation to a positive one. So you
Mhm.
just have to like find different ways that works best for you as well.
Yeah.
And then yeah, for like it's good that you watch like UFC and box and everything like that since like wherever we put our attention go like well wherever we put our attention it goes or flows. So like since like since like like boxing, for example, like if you keep watching boxing videos, then you kind of like learn those techniques and kind of learn
Yeah.
how to like the proper way to like, you know, and everything like that.
Move,
So
move and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. How's it been in California since I heard it was like snowing?
Oh yeah, it just literally it was honestly snowing like a little bit today, but it snowed like I'm gonna say like 4 or 5 days ago. I ain't never got snow out here, and I'm in Fontana, but I ain't never got snow out here, and it was crazy. I'm like, are they controlling the weather, or is it just really that cold? I ain't know which one it was, but it was, it was cool to see snow because I ain't never seen it out here. But I'm thinking about moving out here because I'm gonna have a baby, and out here in California, you don't have parental rights over your kid, so I have to get my kid vaccinated, and I'm not trying to do that. Yeah, I'm not trying to do that to my baby. So we're actually looking to move to like Arizona or Nevada, something like that, where you have parental rights over your kid.
Yeah, I didn't even know they made y'all do that in California, to
Yeah,
be
it's
honest.
out here and New York. Here, California and New York are the strictest as far as like parental
Oh,
rights. Like you have none.
mm. Yeah, it's definitely since like those are like the two major cities and everything like
Yeah,
that. So yeah, but
yeah, and it's
congrats on
more
it.
expensive. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, yeah, congrats too. Like definitely. Are you thinking of having like a water birth instead of like going into the doctors, or you kind of
Yep,
like,
yep. A water birth. We want to do at home natural birth. We don't. I mean, I personally don't really trust doctors. Even though when I was born, I was considered a blue baby because I was born and I couldn't breathe. I had to have a heart transportation. It's called my disease is called testralogy of flow. So pretty much like I'm not gonna explain it to the T because I ain't really do extensive research on it. But all I know is like I have a hole in my heart valve, and also I have an adult size heart valve. They had to switch it when I was 6 months, and also right now I have my heart is like it's enlarged, so I have basically two things going on at once, and pretty much like say if I go running, right, like a normal person's heart. You're getting oxygen and blood pumping through the whole body when you're running. But when I run, it's like there's not as much oxygen and blood getting pumped to my arms and my legs. So I get tired more easily. Sometimes I get sleepy more easily than most people. Um, but there's other complications and stuff. But I just work through it or whatever. But it's nothing. I have a problem with not all doctors. It's just the pharmaceutical doctors. But doctors who like, stitch people up and save lives, like those doctors are cool. But it's the doctors that, prescribe these medications and stuff to, kill people. That's the people I have problems with.
yeah, it's definitely like with those pharmaceutical doctors and everything like that, they just be passing out like those like temporary relief like
Man,
mechanisms and whatnot, which doesn't even heal the
it doesn't.
actual like root cause of it. So it's like, will you
And then it would cause like 30 other different things from legs and arms. Like, come on now.
right? And then it just like prolongs like the aging process and everything like
Uh-huh.
that. And then like once you get older, then you see like all these like adults and whatnot who have to take like multiple pills like every single day. It's kind of
Yes. As many people in my family got to take like 5 to 10 different pills a day. Like that's not healthy. That's not good for your body. But of course, you try to tell them that they're not going to listen. Like you're not a doctor. You don't know what you're talking about. But I mean, look what it's doing to you. The proof is in the pudding. It's not healthy for you. It might treat what you have, but it's going to cause so many other different things. That's going to affect you either now or down the line. It's going to eventually catch up to you.
yeah, definitely. Like I feel like so many people are too comfortable with like temporary pleasure instead of like long-term gain.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that's why like people don't like eat healthy or don't like work out and everything like that because they just keep consuming like BS and keep consuming that
Yeah.
like television and everything like that. So it's kind of like
Uh-huh.
all messed up. And then yeah, some of those like actual real doctors though, like they don't even get paid like the white amount because you got all these celebrities who are making millions and millions of dollars, but
Yep.
somehow somehow like the country's in debt and everything like that. So how are they still putting out money? How are they still giving out money to all these celebrities? But they, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like
Giving money to Ukraine and billions of dollars to Ukraine. But we have so many homeless people over here that living out in the street, especially Los Angeles. Like that's like the homeless capital dang there. You're gonna see a homeless you're gonna see hundreds of homeless people dang there on every street. And it's sad because like all these celebrities have these money, and especially the celebrities that are from that city. Like you're from that city, and you guys can come together and build, more shelters, or just build something for homeless people to have a home to go to.
yes, it kind of seems like a lot of celebrities are just like really selfish, but they kind of like portray it
Very.
as they portray like they really use like manipulation tactics. Like they try to like say, "Oh yeah, I'm for the community, I'm for the black like so-called black people, but like melanated people." But like they really don't like put their efforts behind it and everything like that because like they know behind closed doors, they know like with like Pettywood and everything like that, they'll bring them
Mm-hmm.
down to like the underground caves and like try to do field tactics or they have to do
Mm-hmm.
like a sacrifice or rituals and whatnot. But
Yep.
yeah, but
I mean, at the end of the day, they're controlled, and they might do a couple things to look good on the internet. You might see them, oh, this person gives 5 million to make a wish, or this person donates this to charity. But first off, I don't even know where their money's really going to for charity. And then when people like, there's people like Oprah and actually I like Akon, so I'm gonna say Oprah. There's people like Oprah who build like schools in Africa and stuff, but also there's a lot of sex trafficking and human trafficking going on in Africa. And we know, I mean, we know Oprah Winfrey, what she gets down with. So, I mean, I don't trust, when they say, "Oh, I did this" or "I'm doing this," because you might do that, but we know there's something darker behind it.
yeah, definitely like words are kind of like just words. Like we don't really
Mm-hmm.
see like the proof of it, just like the news. Like that's why people can't really trust the news because like they easily like take out like stuff that happens in like movies or like kind of like TV shows and kind of say like, oh yeah, this is happening in a whole different country, but
Uh-huh.
obviously we are not from that country, so we don't really know if that's really like going on or whatnot.
Yeah.
But um, even with like that, like I was like a year or two back, like when they was doing like that George Floyd thing with like the BLM thing and whatnot, like
Mm-hmm.
those people who ran like BLM like over here like used all that money to like purchase like mansions for themselves and whatnot. So it's like
Yeah, they purchased mansions. I think one time they threw a party worth like $4 million for one of their daughters. It was an expensive ass party. Like, who has a $4 million party? And they used the money from the BLM. And it's sad that people donate and buy these shirts and do all types of things to help BLM, not knowing. I remember I posted 3 years ago, during COVID in the beginning, I posted on Snapchat. I was like, BLM is scaling y'all, like stop supporting them. I remember like 10 people blocked me, like people I consider friends. And I'm like, okay. And then now, of course, mostly 2022, but now people realize, like, oh shit, like BLM is scamming people, especially with the whole George Floyd situation. I don't know specifically. I'm not sure if he was a sacrification or what, but I do know they made so much money off of George Floyd's death. Like it's not even funny. Like they for sure made over 100 million just off of him. people going to riot, more black men and women and children going to prison, and they didn't even do anything at all. And then they have a couple people that are like non-binary that actually run the whole, like considering themselves non-binary, that are all the way at the top, and they just want to see, they just want to demasculate black men. That's their goal in reality.
Yeah, definitely. Like they really trying to make men turn into females and females turn into men. It's like a
Yeah,
whole, and then like another thing with all these genders and whatnot, like you don't even like back then it was just man and female, but now they
yeah.
have all type of random stuff. But now it's kind of like with like those like police and everything like that, like you can see like they're trying to like get to a point where they try to like take away our guns and everything like that, so we won't have
Hmm.
protection when, you know what I'm saying, when stuff goes down and whatnot. But and then we can see people's true colors. So like when like those people like blot you and everything like that, you kind of see like those their
Yeah,
real true colors like came out and
yeah.
everything like that.
Shit, I'm glad they did, because now I know, now I know not to trust you, and you show me who you really are.
Yeah, definitely. And I had like a similar like traumatic experience at both. Like I had like my biblical cord wrapped around my neck as well. So when they was like trying to like pull me out, they was like kind of like choking me as well. So I kind of like relate to you with that
Oh
too.
wow, damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So it's kind of like you know how like these like dark entities really try to not like bring like these dark entities will rather have low vibrational beings come into the earth to like just keep it low and keep it dense and everything like that,
Hmm.
but they don't want to see like high vibrational beings like come in to like really change like the frequency and everything like
Yeah,
that. So yeah,
because
definitely.
the world is really vibrating at a low frequency. If you think about it, I mean, of course, there's people like us that are vibrating high and don't pay attention to that stuff as much, but most people, are watching the news in the morning. Most people are eating these foods where, I'm not saying don't ever eat, meat and chicken, because I know not everybody could do that. But look what they're doing with the meat and chicken. Um, a lot of times the animals are dying like depressed and sad. And when you intake that in you start to become depressed and sad. Not only that, I mean, from social media, everything's depressing and sad when it comes to, melanated people, us. We have people like, Blueface and Krishan Rock, who are getting so much attention, who go on the internet and act a fool from being on each other and all types of disrespectful stuff to each other. And that's depressing and sad. And then toxic masculinity and toxic feminine energy is, big in our community, from, females thinking it's okay to play somebody and just want a man for their money. If you don't have this car or these amount of jewelry or these clothes, and I don't want to be with you. And then men calling, our goddesses hoes and all types of things, telling them, I just want to do this to you. So a lot of us, I mean, a lot of people in our community, we're vibrating at a very, very low frequency. But what we have to do is start paying attention to that stuff and give attention to the positive gods that are, trying to make a difference in this world, like me and you, like, Rashad Jamal and Black Magic and all types of gods who are trying to bring high vibrational frequencies to this world. And we have to put our focus into that, because whatever you put your focus in, that's what you will become.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of like a reciprocation of like whatever you feel internally is what you're gonna
Hmm.
receive externally as well. So
Yeah.
whatever you like it's all like attract. And then yeah, for like women they just want well, I not say all women, but like some women just want like clout and money, and then some men
Hmm.
just want to show her off as like a prize, like, oh, guess
Yeah.
what I won and everything like that. But
Yeah.
really just like the collective consciousness and humanity is just operating at a low frequency, but we just have to like keep focusing on ourselves and like ways once we raise our vibration,
Hmm.
that would raise like the like surrounding areas vibration as well.
Hmm. Yeah.
Then like with the news and everything like that, they have like the news that comes on like almost like every single day. Like you got the 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. Yeah, it's just like endless craziness. So it's like what the fuck?
And then everything on the news is just so sad. Like they might show one good thing, like, oh, this person helped with this, but everything's from, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like sometimes sometimes some people in my family will be like, oh, did you see what happened? Like, honestly, like I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a bunch of school shootings. I don't want to see a kid got ran over by a car. I don't want to see a dad killed a baby and the mom and all types of just low vibration stuff. I don't want to see that, and that's all they show on the news. And then people act like, I mean, people ask why am I like this? Why am I thinking these type of thoughts? It's because, I mean, look what you're watching. It's
Yeah,
because of that. Yeah.
since like whatever you consume, like whatever like people's perspective and like other people's dramas and everything like that,
Hmm.
that can easily go into you and get into your like DNA and everything like that. And then you kind of
Hmm.
see like, oh, why am I receptive of this? Or why do I give this a reaction to that or whatnot like that?
Hmm.
So you just have to like really be mindful of what what you consume and how it kind of controls you because you
Yeah.
always want to have control of yourself. And then for like the weather manipulation, yeah, they have like weather manipulation because like best believe this, we're not even supposed to be having like cold air down here and whatnot since like the sun and like
Hmm.
the earth vibration and everything like that.
Hmm.
And it was kind of funny because they over here were having like a cloud machine and whatnot, producing clouds and whatnot. So it's kind of
Yeah,
like,
them cloud machines. With the cloud machines, I believe that um it's of course not good for you. They're manipulating the weather, but not only that, they're spraying chemicals into these stuff, and when we breathe it in, it's fucking with our bodies. From it's killing us slowly, and also I had heard somebody say that I forgot who, but they could be putting these certain chemicals in it towards when it messes with our brain and makes us think differently. That could be a big reason why, especially in our community, why a lot of like we have a lot more trans people because they're messing the air, they're messing with the air and is manipulating them, making them think differently.
yeah, that's
But we
that's
all know it's evil. It's so evil what they're doing.
yeah, especially that's why like even some people said like that double Big Mac was turning people like gay and whatnot because it's like the truth is really in the pudding too.
They come at
But
us out all ways, from food to, the air, from water, everything, from fruits, vegetables. I mean, they're putting chemicals in everything to try and kill us, to try and change us, try to depopulate us. They're I mean they're working though. Their evil goals are working.
yeah, it's like with like all the metals and everything like that. But
Hmm.
we definitely see like nature is kind of like giving back what they deserve with all these like
Hmm.
natural disasters and like because like the
Hmm.
system can't go on like this anymore, so the system has to collapse. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
a house of cards, so it just has to collapse since all of this like has been going on for far too
Yep.
long and everything like that. But for your skincare raw ace and beauty, when did you like kind of like start it and kind of like realize like your life purpose?
So we started Raw Eight Beauty I want to say 2020, like late 2020. No, I want to say April of 2020. And pretty much I wanted to start selling t-shirts. So I started, making designs and asking people, how this stuff works and stuff. And then around that time, well, my girlfriend, ever since she was little, she always made like different products, for your skin, um, just different things. So she was like, I want to start making skincare products. She makes body oils, face oils, scrubs. We have a body lotion. We have face masks, all types of things. And she was just like, I want to start this. So I was just like, we might as well combine our businesses and just, start business together. And we came up with the name Raw Eights and Beauty. It doesn't even, come together. It just sounded good. So I was like, let's just do Raw Eights and Beauty. And from there, we just started working on it from a website and stuff. And it was a little tough for us in the beginning. We didn't really know the business side of it and stuff. We were getting a lot of t-shirt sales and we were getting a lot of sales. We had a couple people post us and we started getting a lot more followers and stuff. And I want to say we stopped doing it as much around like late 2021 and a lot of 2022. And when she had got pregnant, that's when we're like, okay, like, we love this, but we're not acting like we love it. So we have to put our all into it. And since December, I mean, we started our YouTube and we started actually like putting our all into our business, and we see, a big difference. A lot more people are viewing our stuff and supporting it. Our products work. She actually, before we even started the business, let me go back. She was like, let me try the products on you to see if they even work first. So before, like, I used to get these big bumps all over my face and all over right here, to get acne all over right here. And I still have a little bit of acne, but I mean, I don't get those big bumps no more. I don't get acne up here. I don't get acne up here, right here no more. And like, I was like, oh shoot, like dang, like these products really work. She had tried the acne toner, and she had tried that on me, and then her acne cleanser, this soap. And man, it worked like beauty within like a month of me being consistent. Cause it's not just you put it on once and boom, it's gone. Like, no, nothing works like that. If you're looking to lose weight, you can't just work out one day, eat good one day, then boom, all the fat. Like, no, you have to work out consistently. And that's how it works for everything. If you do something consistently, you see a difference. So, just using it consistently day and night, like I saw a big difference. Like I was a little insecure about myself because of my acne. And she helped me with that. So from there, we was like, okay. And then she also had my mom try some and help with her acne. She would give facials to her mom, her brother had bad acne too, and she cured that. So a lot of the results, it came out good. So we started our business, and we've gotten a lot of good compliments from people saying, oh shoot, it cleared my acne. From a lot of ladies loving the body oil, how, because I know ladies, they like to look glossy, and how they like to look. So with the body oil, it works so good on the skin. And now we're just trying to grow and build, man. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to build a whole empire. That's our goal. Because I came here to conquer. I didn't come here to be a slave, man.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely commend you for building like your dynasty and empire too,
Hmm.
definitely. And like with like acne, that can really take a toll on your like self-confidence and like
Yeah.
self-worth and value. So like kind of like not only giving people like your like better skin, but also helping them internally with like confidence and like knowing their value and worth as well.
Yeah.
And like taking that leap of faith as well too with
Hmm.
starting it and everything.
Yeah. And we also sell CMOS too. So CMOS has like 92 of the 108 minerals you need in your body. And it just has it just off of one. If you just take 1 gram, it gives you all that nutrients. So just seeing like I was taking CMOS consistently too. And just like when I run sometimes because of my heart problems, like I would start feeling this like sharp pain in my chest when I get tired, like after a couple miles. And when I was taking that CMOS consistently, like I didn't feel that sharp pain no more. Like I'll still get tired because that's what happens when you run, but I wouldn't feel that sharp pain no more, and I'll be able to push more. I'll be able to do that extra mile or do I usually won around like 2 to 3 miles. I was able to do 3.5 to 4 miles, just taking that CMOS consistently. And it helps with weight loss. It helps with, if you want to lose weight or gain weight, it helps with that. Helps fight off diseases, helps fight off things like the cold and the flu. When I had what's it called, COVID, this was like my third time getting it. So this was earlier in December. Me and my girlfriend just taking CMOS, and man, it worked within 3 days.
Yeah, that's definitely dope, man. Definitely.
Hmm.
When did you start like your acting career too?
Um, I've always wanted to be an actor. Actually, when I wanted to start when I was 12, but around that time, I didn't really know what to do or where to go. So I had looked at one, and I lived in Corona, I lived in Corona at the time, which was like 45 minutes from Los Angeles. And the only acting ones I could find was in Los Angeles, and it was expensive. So my dad was like, you have to choose between, basketball. You can't do both. Like, we can't keep taking you to acting class all the way in Los Angeles and then you play basketball too. It won't work out. So you got to choose one or the other. And I was really in love with basketball at the time, so I just chose basketball. But back in 2021, I want to say end of 2021, I was just like, let me just go after all, my dreams. Let me go after everything I love. Let me do my business. Let me do boxing. Let me do MMA. Just let me do everything I love because, you know, it's just who I am. I'm gonna just go after what I love. So I started to do acting in November, and from there, in the next year, April of 2022, I had signed to an agency, and after that, I started getting roles to like music videos, a couple rappers like Polo G, and I did a YG video, a couple other rappers. But my real goal is, of course, to be in movies and stuff and be in shows. But what is it called? So yeah, from there, I just started going to acting class, and I'm very talented at acting, but you already know with the industry, I ain't trying to get too deep. And then actually, I have a family friend who's a producer, and he was just saying like at the time, I want to say around like October, he was saying like a lot of the stuff that I post, well, you can't be in the industry. So actually, I had deleted a lot of the stuff because I was like, oh shoot, like I need to make money. But then I had got back into posting stuff. And then he had texted me again, like this was like a couple weeks ago. And he was like, hey, bro, like we already talked about this. Like, do you even want to be an actor? And I just told him straight up, like, hey man, if nobody's gonna pick me for a role, then fuck it. Like my life purpose is to spread the truth and educate people. Like if I can't be in industry, I mean, I don't want to be in industry, but if I can't get roles in movies because of what I post, I'm like, people be posting freaking naked kids and them they be posting all people in the industry be posting all types of satanic and demonic shit. And I can't post about black history. Like, come on now. So I was just like, nah, like I'm not gonna delete anything. If they're not gonna pick me, then fuck it. So I don't really see myself being like, like a Denzel because of, who I am. But with everything, like I said, I'm gonna give my all and I'm gonna be the best I could be.
Yeah, definitely. I feel you definitely on that. Like we we have to be like our own like producers and directors and
Yeah. I
kind of
want to
like
make my own stuff.
yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
Since we won't have to like go through their like different like tactics and everything like that.
Hmm.
Since like life is short and since this is like your last lifetime, because
Hmm.
I definitely don't want to come back down here in this earth or
Neither.
anything like so like yeah, I'm trying to make this my last lifetime too.
Yeah, I'm trying to give it my all. Like I'm trying to change. I'm trying to change stuff really. Like a lot of people, they put the insecurities on me. Like they be like a lot of people in my family, they know like some of the truth, but they be like, what can you do? You're just one person. Like we've already seen what they do to people. They kill and but they just put in the insecurities because they know they can't change it. But it doesn't mean I could change it. I believe I could do anything because I'm a god. Like if I put If I put my attention to something, I focus on something for so long, it's gonna come to me because we're magnets. We're literally magnets, and people don't understand that.
Yeah, we definitely like instant manifestation. Like we always
Hmm.
like are manifesting like kind of like constantly. So
Yep.
that's why like a lot of people who just like constantly entertain like BS just keeps
Hmm.
experiencing
Yeah.
BS because that's what they're manifesting at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But hopefully you'll find like different like smaller gigs who don't really like pay
Yeah.
more attention to that.
Yeah, I've been getting like smaller gigs and stuff. I do it's called background work. So like that like the extra people you be seeing in movies, like walking around and stuff. Like I try to do those type of things, You're not getting paid like, the big actors, but you're getting paid a little something. And my real goal, like I wanted to be in a Jordan Peele film, if you know who that is.
Oh yeah, that would be lit,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
Like Jordan Peele, he be putting a lot of stuff in movies, a lot of truth. So I wouldn't mind being a Jordan Peele film. He's a great director to me. So if I could be in a Jordan Peele film, like get like a big role in that, I'll stop acting. But I honestly, I do want to make my own movies. I want to make movies because I don't think there's any movies out portraying us as the real ancient Egyptians.
Yes.
Like those, because the ones I've seen are all white or the Saudi Arabians. I want to say Indian because we're the real Indians, but like the Saudi Arabian looking dudes, like those are the people portraying us. Like no, like there needs to be a movie on um about us, portraying us, having the all black cast. I think they said Michael Jackson was the only person to even have a short film or even type of movie or something portraying Egyptians as black people. And Michael Jackson was the only person to do it. So, I want to make an actual movie about us. I have other things I want to make. But that's my main goal to make movies about us. I want to make movies about like the Gullah Wars, how slavery really ended. I want to make stuff like that because there's nothing like that.
Yeah, especially like since they don't want to like spread the truth and everything like that. So
Yeah,
like they try to like they have to like put like a little truth just to like
yeah.
for
Sprinkle it in the movie,
yeah
but they won't put the whole thing.
yeah like for like
Yeah,
universal like timing. But like yeah, that'll be dope, man, definitely.
yeah.
And wh when did you like kind of like fell in love with like basketball or kind of like sports in
Um, True. When I was ever since I was a little kid, man, I just loved playing basketball. I was always playing with my older cousins, and I have an older brother, and I always play with him. I started playing basketball when I was like 4 or 5, and I stopped when I was 16. But those 12 years, I was just playing football. I mean basketball. Actually, my first real love was football. I was a really good football player, but after flag football, my parents were too scared because I can't get if I get hit in my chest, I go into cardiac arrest, and I could die if I get hit too hard on my chest. Granted, I do boxing and MMA, but they see me fighting, they know like I'm good and I protect myself. I don't get hit like that. But yeah, from I really want to play football first, and that was my first true love. And when they told me I couldn't play no more, like I cried for weeks. Like I was so sad. Like football was really my everything. I wanted to be a great running back. My favorite football player is Reggie Bush. I wanted to be just like him. I wore his football number and everything. I tried to play like him. I tried to dress like him. Like, I thought I was going to be the best football player. But when they said I couldn't play no more after my 4 years, then basketball was my second love. So, that's what I did. And I was pretty good at it. I wasn't like, D1 or whatever, but, I was pretty good at it. My freshman year was my best year for me. I had played with the most confidence I ever played with, and I did so good. A couple varsity coaches wanted me to play varsity or whatever, but I I didn't pay attention in school and I got in trouble a lot, so it didn't work out for me. The day I knew I was gonna quit basketball, we're having this team meeting, and it was like a month after I had got suspended from school. I actually got suspended from school for doing something basically, long story short, this girl at us. I went to school early in the morning to go to I had to retake a test. So I had went to school like an hour before school actually started. So of course, there's not too many kids there. So after like I want to say by like the third class, I got called into the principal's office, and there was like pack all your stuff. Um, we need to talk to you. So I'm like, the heck? Like, why do I need to pack all my stuff? That means I'm in trouble. Like, if they're telling me to pack all my stuff, I'm in trouble. So I get there or whatever, and they said, do you know this girl? I don't want to say her name, but they was like, do you know this girl? And I was like, yeah, like I've seen her because she would be around a couple people that I know and stuff. But I was just like, yeah, I know her. And she was like, this girl was caught giving somebody head this morning, and she said it was you. And I was like, I was like, what? Like, I'm like, you could call my teacher. Like, my mom dropped me off. She saw me go straight to the class. Like, my teacher could attest that I was taking the test the whole hour. So I'm like, no, like this can't be like. I was like, this can't be true, bro. Like, this really isn't happening to me. So they called my teacher and she says like, yeah, James was taking the test. Like, yeah, he was in my class and stuff. But because they basically the her and the dude had ran away. And that day, it was everything was literally a coincidence because that day, we had to wear all red because somebody had passed at my school and they were known for wearing red all the time. So everybody that day wore red. And she was like, oh, well, the person was light skinned, black and light skinned, and was wearing red and they ran. And look what you have on. And I was like, wow. So basically, they had suspended me for 2 days um, because they really wanted to expel the person, but they didn't know if it was for sure me. So they still suspended me for 2 days, even though they know it wasn't for sure me. They just wanted to suspend somebody, bro. And I got suspended. So basically, after that, like my coach, like he was just like, nah, like he didn't really believe me. The varsity coach. I was on JV at the time, but we were having a team meeting like a month after that, and we were just talking about stuff, and it was my turn to talk, and he had pointed at me, and he was like, "Oh, never mind, it don't matter because you'll never play on my team." And I was like, wow. And then everybody, like all my friends were just looking at me like disappointed, like, damn, I'm sorry that he said that. But after that day, I knew, basketball was over for me because I wasn't finna keep transferring because I already had transferred once. I didn't want to transfer again. So after that, I just was like, fuck it. I'm just quit basketball and go into kickboxing.
Yeah, well, at least like everything happens for a reason and kind
Yeah,
of like,
everything happens for a reason,
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
man.
Anything else you wanna talk about or say to like any other viewers or anything?
True, but follow me on Instagram at 9etherbeing God underscore. Um follow my business account is raw underscore A10 underscore beauty. Like I said, we'll get your skin right, and we also sell natural skincare products. We're eventually gonna start selling clothes and stuff, a lot of merch, a lot of ancestral merch. So, be on the lookout for that. But I'm just here to bring peace, positivity, and love to everybody. And if you ever have any questions or want to talk to somebody, you could DM me and I'll always respond to people because that's one thing about me. Like no matter how many followers I have, no matter how many people want to reach out to me, I'm gonna make sure I try to reach out to every single person and get back to everybody because like I said, I'm here to help everybody.
Yeah, definitely. And you can send me your business link. I'll put it in like the description as well too.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, I will.
Yeah, definitely. And I appreciate the time, your
And I want
time
to,
and as
yes,
well.
sir. I want to thank you for having me on your show, man. It was an honor to talk to you. And shit, I'll do it again, man. Let's do this again.
Oh yeah, definitely. We have to do like a part two and everything.
Hmm.
Yeah, but reach out to you again too. And
Okay,
I'll let you
man.
know when it's posted too.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good.
Oh yeah. Well, I hope you have like a good rest of your day too.
You too, King. Peace.
All right, peace.